Peace, family, peace. Today, I wanted to address a hypothetical question that could be asked by a little girl. Let's say a girl, a child, your daughter, a young woman, or even a woman were to ask a question and said, if there was a woman in heaven right now at this moment, how will you answer? Or if she said, is there a female goddess just like our Father in heaven? Is there an equivalent of a god, a feminine god in heaven? Or is Father just alone? How will you answer her? The second question be, she asked, where will the women go who get their salvation? So now, the task is for, mostly I wanted to concentrate on women to help this girl understand what will happen. Also, the men equally as the fathers, I suppose. Okay, men will be like their father, I suppose. So this is, I think, the basic understanding, because boys grow to be men and have dominion like their fathers. So if God is in heaven, I suppose that my take. So they will become gods with the Father. So let's dive into our Bible. Let's dive into other scriptures to analyze and study to try to address this question. I'm going to address it from this point of view. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 15. So we're talking about heavenly beings, or different levels of creation. So let's read from 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse, let's start at 38. But God gave it a body as it has pleased him, and to shew it. Should I start there? Okay, let's start at 36. So this is sowing a seed or a grain and the process it takes to grow. So the life cycle. Because here we are here to talk about the life cycle of creation. Here are specifically human beings and a woman, or feminine entities. So 36, thou fool, that which thou sowest is not quickened except it dies. And that which thou sowest not that body that shall be, but bare grain. It may chance of wheat or some other grain, but the God give it a body as it has pleased him, and to every seed his own body. All flesh is not the same flesh, but there's one kind of flesh of man, another flesh of beasts, another flesh of fishes, and another flesh of birds. There are also celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial, but the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is one. So let me read 41. And there's one glory for the sun, and another glory for the moon, and another glory for the stars. For one star differs from another star in glory. So what they're trying to show is just the same cycle as it taken by the grain that you sow, and it grow into a different body until it revert back to give you a grain. So here we're given celestial bodies, terrestrial bodies, and then we are told in verse 41, there is glory for the sun, for the moon, for the stars, and one star different from another star. So 41 in another book, if you go to the books of Mormon, the seal portion, it will tell you the glory in 41, it will be telestial glory. So there are three glories: the celestial bodies, glory of telestial world, celestial worlds or realm, and then terrestrial realm, where is the earth, where we are right now, and then celestial realm or glory for the sun, the moon, the mid heavens or the lower heavens to just before you reach the terrestrial. So the lowest glory or realm being the terrestrial, where things are mortal, the earth included. So one thing that because you're going to talk about the woman, that we have to understand why it is not evident or obvious to see a woman in godhood is the concept of oneness. The Father and the Son are one, and the Father and the Mother are one. So we'll see that as we go on. So that's why, let me just demonstrate a little bit before we go on. So in creation, Genesis 5, the story of Adam as we know it, verse 2 says, he made male and female created he them and blessed them and called their name Adam. In the day when they were created, Adam lived 130 years and begat a son, and he was in his own image, after his image, and called his name Seth. If you go to verse 6, it says, Seth lived 105 years and he begat Enos. So because of the oneness of marriage, because two flesh become one in marriage, the unism, the unity. So the oneness makes swallows the feminine presence in the scripture. So this is the same concept with a goddess and a god. So the goddesses are hidden in oneness because they are in marriage. So they are not mentioned except where is specific or there is something to show about the feminine character or contribution. Things like when they talk about Ada and the wives of Lamech, the son of Cain, that's when they will talk about the females. So Genesis chapter 4 verse 19, and Lamech took unto him two wives. The name of one is Ada and the other is Zillah. Ada being very righteous, a holy woman, and Zillah being very wicked. If you read in the other books, books of remembrance, you learn that. So although they are in marriage, they will be mentioned because of a specific character or characteristics that surround their union. So it was said to be the first polygamous marriage. And it was also one very important to the righteous, because Ada, even though he was kidnapped into a marriage of a wicked marriage by a wicked man, she maintained her righteousness. So that's how female keep popping up, because other than that, they disappear completely mostly because of the oneness and the masculinity of the scripture, especially the Bible. So it overshadowed the presence of the feminine presence. So I think I have laid enough of the foundation to now. So before I close, we know that if he says somewhere, Genesis 4 verse 78 to say Cain knew his wife. That's it. You didn't even know who Cain's wife is. In other accounts, it will say, in 5 here, it will say, Genesis 5 verse 9, and Enos lived 90 years and begat Cain. So a man is giving birth if you take it in the literal sense. But if you take it in oneness, means they have a marriage, and out of that marriage, this man had this child.